every minute, somewhere in the world, a woman faces the devastating reality of domestic violence. For Primrose, this reality began in a small South African town behind a door that stayed closed for far too long. This is her story, raw, painful, and courageous. For many victims, abuse doesn't start with violence.
My name is Primrose Ruocha, originally from Zimbabwe. I am a single mother of 2 sons, and I am a survivor of acid attack through gender-based violence.
Amazing grace, how sweet.
Every journey begins with a dream, a challenge, a moment of courage. At AfriSorter Digital, we tell the real stories of resilience, success, and impact. We celebrate the triumphs, embrace the struggles, and inspire the future, because every voice matters. Join the movement, subscribe, like, comment, and be part of our community. Visit afrisorter.org and follow us, because your story deserves to be heard. This is AfriSorter. We aspire to inspire.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Now, if you don't mind, would you take us into the world of Primrose, like the village where you come from? How is life in that village, growing up as a young girl? What were your dreams,
I grew up in rural areas in Rusape. Rusape was my rural area, and I grew up as a firstborn. I have 6 siblings, So by the time I was growing up, I wanted to be a shop owner. That's what was in my mind, to do businesses for myself. And I grew up as a mother, as a parent for my siblings, because my mom used to go to South Africa. My dad was working in South Africa.
Wow.
So it's like, it was tough for me because I was going to school and I was supposed to take care for everything, goats, cattle, everything, other kids,
brothers,
to see if they eat, if they go to school well, they dress well. Yeah, I still remember our last born. He was in grade 0, and me, I was in form 3. So after my sister came from grade 0 school, he used to come to my class waiting for me to go with me to home so that I can cook for them lunch. Wow. So it's like I was like, I didn't have that time for girl time, because I was a parent. Yeah. So I was just thinking that, okay, so what am I going to do today? What are my siblings going to eat? Wow. Where are the kettles? What about goats? What about garden?
Wow.
So I grew up like that. And my wish was to be married with a loving guy, loving husband. That's what I was dreaming for. So I was thinking maybe one day I'm going to be someone else with my husband.
Sure. And of course, being an entrepreneur is for you to have that in your mind at that early age.
Yes.
It's not easy. It's not something which is common, because most of our parents, they say go to school, get a job.
Yeah, so it's like my mom was we used to sell things in South Africa. So she was teaching us okay, you need to use your hands, you need to do your things. So I just grew up with that mind that, okay, when I grow up, I need to be a business owner. I must have my own shop one day.
You ended up growing up, and of course, at some point, you met this lucky guy. Tell us, just take us back to that early stage. How you met, where you met.
So it's like after school, I get in love with my church mate, but we didn't last because I didn't know what is love, In fact, we did 2 weeks only, and then we separated. I didn't like the way what is love is.
What is going on here?
frustrated, like I can't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for second time, I was doing my course for sewing. I was in love with a junior teacher. But it was not for long again because men now.
Yeah.
As for me, I didn't want anyone to touch me, and the way they were teaching us at the church, so I was thinking maybe you get in love with a man, you already sleep with him. So I was scared, like, so if this guy touches me,
this is not what I want.
this is not how I want.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I went to work in Mutare. It's a town. So it's like I met the father of my kids. He was going to Christmas at her village, at his village, coming from Harare. Me, I was in Mutare.
Harare is the capital city.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we met at Mutare where his young brother living, because we were next doors with his young brother. That's when I met the guy. So we get in love again.
Yeah.
And then he went back to Harare. So the guy said to me, okay, Prim, it seems as if I can't see you. I don't have time with you, you know. So I'm going to send you money and then you will come to Harare. Yes.
Capital city.
I said, what? Going to Harare? Okay.
You were the champion in the village because
I have never been in Harare.
how many people in the village have even been there, you know? And when you go there, everybody knows that he went there.
Exactly. I have never been in Harare, and I was in Mutare, right? I was, it's like I left my family and then I was working in Mutare. So I said, okay, I will come. I will go, okay, send money. And then he sent money. And by that time, I didn't have phone. So he write directions on the paper, like on the letter, you know. And then I got a train a train from Mutare to Harare.
How many hours was that?
The whole night.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's like he told me that we are going to meet at the train station.
Okay.
But I didn't find him.
Oh, you traveled the whole night?
Yes. And
He sent you all this address and transport
yes.
and did not wait for you there in the morning?
No, it's like he was there, but we didn't.
You could not see each other because it's a busy. Oh, okay,
yes,
okay,
exactly.
Okay. He was a gentleman. I thought it's just
no.
It's just escaped.
No, he came. He came.
Yeah.
So as for me, I just think, oh, okay, since I have directions, and this is my first time to be in Harare. What am
Big
I going
city.
to do? Okay, big city. All right, and then I just look at the directions, and then I was asking people, drivers, taxis, and then I went to the house. It's like I met the other man. Yeah, it's like I asked him, I am going to this address. Do you know this house? And said, oh, this is my next door. Who do you want to see? And I told him that I want to see someone there. Yeah. And then he took me there.
Wow.
And by the time I get there, there was a security guard. And I knocked at the guard and said, hi. I said, how are you? And said, are you Prim? I said, yes,
Wow.
I am Prim, yes. And, oh, okay, so you guys, you didn't met each other.
At
Yes.
the petrol station.
Yes.
I mean, at the train station.
Train station.
Yeah.
But, oh, okay, so he said, okay, come inside. And then I wait for him.
So he told even the security man,
No, that
Primrose will be here today. Today is today. Ah, yeah. Even the security man was waiting.
knows. Yes, he was waiting.
Wow.
Yeah,
Guest of honor then. That's good. That's good.
And then I waited for him. So it's like inside the Jurao, security guard was climbing on the stone to see what is outside. Like, and then he saw him coming and he was saying, you know what? This girl didn't even come. And this stupid girl, this and that is starting shouting.
Where?
And I was inside listening.
And you could hear that?
Yes. I was listening. Like, he didn't even come. Wasting my money. Wasting my time.
Yeah. Lying to me.
Lying to me that he's coming. Oh my God.
Wow.
So by the time he came inside and he saw me, I said, you're here. I said, yes, I'm here. Stupid girl is here.
Wow.
Yes.
Did he apologize for all those things he was saying?
He did.
Wow. How did you feel hearing those things from somebody like that?
I didn't feel anything. I know that he was disappointed.
Yeah, that even if you are the one, you will be
yes,
disappointed.
I was going to be disappointed.
Okay, but you didn't fear, you didn't say, oh, what is this?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
Great.
Yeah. So, since I went there, I didn't go back home. I was scared to go back home, and it was my first time to sleep with men. And
wow. So, let me know this. When you were leaving the village to go to Harare, did your parents know?
No, I was in town. My parents was not even in town. They were in the village.
Wow.
Yes. They didn't know. And my mom was in South Africa. Yeah. And my siblings were in the village. My father was in South Africa.
Did you tell your siblings that you were going to Harare?
I didn't tell anyone by that time. I just go.
That's courageous. Primrose. Everybody's looking for you. The teachers, the chief. Where's the beautiful Primrose? The hardworking big sister. Yeah.
So so it's like I called my mom, and I told my mom that, you know what, mommy, I'm in Harare now, and this is what happened. And my mom said it's okay. So I'm going to take your clothes at Mutare town to bring them home, and said okay. So it's like we lived together with my husband. He was already my husband, and he went to...
Yeah, this is... So when you just went to Harare and met him with his security guard, that was it?
That was it.
Tell me something, Primrose.
That was it.
Wow.
I was scared to go home, and I was scared to go to church again. What are they going to say?
About
because
you?
they always go with girls to the river to check on them. If what?
Church women, church ladies, and then they take report to church.
Yes.
I've never heard this one.
I'm telling you the truth. Yeah. So I was scared to go home and said, I'm no longer going back home. I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, I'm not going to the river.
No.
Nobody's going to get this in church. I'm here now.
Yeah.
And did you think that God also has turned his back on you?
Who?
Did you think that God had turned his back on you at this time?
No, I didn't think so. My husband, in 2 months, he went to pay lobola for me.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So, and I was not even pregnant by that time. And then after paying lobola, I was pregnant for my firstborn. And my firstborn died after getting birth to him because he was tired. And also me, I was very, very tired because I took long in pain and my BP was very high. Yes, and the nurses were on strike.
What?
Yeah, they
in
were.
Harare?
No, I was at my mother's place.
So you
if you get married, when you get pregnant, you can go to your mom's house to deliver.
Somebody can take care of you there.
Yes.
So this happened when you were in the village. Let's call it.
It's a small town. Small town called Rusabe. That's where I was. At the hospital. Yeah.
So sorry about that. Losing your first child after all these.
Just imagine.
Traveling in the night. Getting electrocuted, not going back to the church.
Yes.
Then now the fruit of the womb is here.
Yes.
And then young Primrose cannot have the baby in her. It's painful.
It's so painful, and stitches also. No babies, but you have pain, stitches. So it was not easy for me. It was not easy at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
did you get the support of your husband at the time?
Yes.
Was he supportive?
Yes, his family
in that moment?
came to the hospital. My husband came from Harare to Rusape, and we did everything for our child. Yeah, and he went back to work, and he left me with
To
my
heal.
to heal, but it was not easy for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
You know, for women,
Yeah.
it's the physical pain,
Yes.
but also the mental pain.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes maybe for men, they say, okay, yeah, I lost my child. Okay, somebody call them, come, let's take drinks
Yes.
and talk about it.
Yes.
They give you encouragement, but we don't feel the pain in the body and even the psychological pain. Because
Exactly.
anytime a woman is pregnant and they give birth, something changes for their body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Wow, sorry about that.
Yeah. It's part of life. Yes.
So you stayed in the village with mommy
Yes, with
until
my
you
mom.
were strong again.
Yeah,
a bit?
and I went back to Harare,
Mhm.
and then I stayed, I think, 4 months to 5 months. I get pregnant again.
This time everything is going well with
Yes,
you and your
everything
husband. You are
is
enjoying.
going well. We
You
are
are the
enjoying.
big girl in town, in the small city where you have come from. They
Exactly.
say, "Oh, Primrose, they are the ones in the capital city." Oh, whenever they see you coming, they say, "Hey, big sister is here, big sister." Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so by the time I was pregnant with my second born, that's when I started to travel South Africa, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Zimbabwe. I was sailing in South Africa. I was doing what my mother was doing.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like we were using visas for month, like every month they give us a stamp, like this is your visa, you need to go and you come back, and so it's like I was traveling like
Multiple entry.
exactly yes, until I get birth. I get my birth like I came from South Africa like today, tomorrow I went to labor.
Wow. You would have given birth in the train or in the plane.
You can say it again.
Were you
bus.
going by the bus? Hey, stop the bus, stop the bus. There's a woman here who wants to put everybody down. Wow, but you were strong. It takes a strong person to do that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, especially when they move to the city, a young girl, I can imagine in those times in the village, a young girl moves to the city. They feel like, okay, now my husband is working, we are living in the city, this is it for me, there's no need for me to hustle, to struggle.
No, it's like, as for me, I was just thinking like to help my husband, because we need to build our own house, and in the city where we were living, it's not our house. So I was trying to help my husband so that we can build our own house. Yes, that's what I was trying to do. Yes.
Big ambition. No?
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
So life was good. You had your first
life
baby
was
now.
good, and then after I think I get birth to my child, and then in 2 weeks I took passport for my for my child.
Passport for Zimbabwe, so that you can be going to do your business.
To do my business.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
Hey.
In 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yes, in 2 weeks.
But your husband was okay with all of that?
Was okay with that, because I was always coming home, like, every month I was coming home, coming. It's like.
So did you used to go and sleep in South Africa for some days?
I was living with my mother and my dad in South Africa, so it's like we were living there for a month. And then we'll come back home.
Okay.
And we can spend maybe 2 weeks in Harare, or my mom in Rusape. And then is my mom, let's go.
Okay. So was it clothes you were selling, or?
So we were selling with a small shop for vegetables.
Okay.
Yes, for vegetables. And we are making some cookies, tea, fruits,
So like a small restaurant at the corner.
At the corner, yeah. So that people will come and buy in the morning before they went to work.
Like a fast food joint, people come and stand and take.
After I think 1 year, me and my husband, we went to South Africa to live We left
Oh.
Zimbabwe and then we
You
went
moved
we
to South.
moved,
You
yes.
relocated completely.
Yeah, we located in South Africa.
When did he first lay hands on you? Do you remember?
As for my husband, I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about this foolish.
Yes. Oh, okay. So he is not the one
He is not
in this
the one.
picture.
No.
Okay,
My
okay.
husband was. I don't know. I don't know what happened, and he already passed away. So I don't like to talk about him.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But you separated when you moved to South Africa.
Yes.
And you continued your business.
Yes, I continued with my business. That's when I saw the monster.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you met with him in South Africa.
Yes.
Okay.
But he's a Zimbabwean guy also. Yes.
How did you meet?
Primrose believed she'd found her future. What she didn't know was that the man who promised to love her would one day become the source of her deepest scars.